I did it. I sold a watch I said I would never sell. Don't look at me like that. I know you've done it too. Have you? But of course, I sold it for good reason, to fund its successor. Have I upgraded? Or have I made a huge mistake? Let's check it out. Introducing the all-new Laco Kempten from the original Pilot series line, the legendary Immortal watch, probably one of the most authentic looking fliegers on the market today. Laco was one of the original 5 companies that made fliegers for the German Air Force. There was Laco, Stowa, IWC, Lang, and Wempe. I'm probably butchering it. I sold my Stowa simply because my taste changed or evolved. It's gonna happen to all of you, maybe in different ways, but I started to trend downwards in size. So my Stowa, which I loved, started to look like a hockey puck on my wrist, a big dinner plate, because these things are all dial, all right? And I started to move down to 38, 36 mil watches. So I thought, you know what? I gotta go down a size. I went down to 39. These are the measurements. 39 millimeters in diameter. We have a thickness of 12.2 and a lug to lug of 46 even. These dimensions are from Laco. My calipers are broken. The case is completely sandblasted. The finish, excellent. The lugs simply jut straight out. In the past, they would just weld a piece of metal on there, and that's what they're simulating here. These tiny little sticks. They're very diminutive and they disappear on the wrist. I wish this watch had a 19 or 20 mil strap. It would give the watch a little bit more presence. And you know what? I think that would make it perfect. It's got a double domed sapphire blue anti-reflective coating. The anti-reflective coating isn't the greatest, but it's stronger than my Stowa. Okay, I noticed that right away. It is blue AR, but it's very subtle. It's hard to see. The Stowa has an onion crown. This one, more like a diamond shape crown. Very grippy, big and easy to operate. It's only push-pull, not screw-down, but you do get 100 meters of water resistance, which is amazing for a pilot's watch. On the left side of the case, we do have the FL23883. That's not the serial number. That's a nod to the past, where FL used to mean flight qualified or aviation. 23 meant it's a navigational device, and the 883 meant it was just certified or tested by the German Aeronautical Office. That's a cool nod to the past there. In some of the original watches, it was actually on the inside of the case back. The case back is flat, and you can see under the crown a little bit of a dimple where you can pop it off. So not a screw down case back. So push-pull crown and a press-in case back with 100 meters of water resistance. It's possible. And you can see all the text here in German. You got the FL number, Laco, and the word Flieger. So very cool. The strap is 18 fake rivets, does not taper. It's pretty thick, but I find it comfortable. It broke in pretty quickly, and it does say Laco on the inside right there. And we do have a signed Laco buckle. This watch comes in at a price of 1,130 USD with the Swiss movement. They do make affordable versions. They look more modern with different design in the lug and case. And I believe they have Mayota movements in them. Japanese movements. So the original is obviously the one to get, but I'm gonna ding the fact that it's an elaborate grade Solida, the Laco 210. I think for this price, because we have a printed dial, which is not really expensive to do, and a sandblasted case, okay, the finishing is immaculate on the sandblasted case, but it's simple finishing. It's not difficult. So to stand out, I think they should have put a top grade caliber in here. All right, get a COSC certification, make it special, make it worth that 1,100 USD. That's my biggest gripe, all right? Now, there is another cost here. The thermally blued hands, very tedious, difficult to do. They're done beautifully on this Laco, even under macro. It's well done. I love the dial. It's basic, it's printed, but we have an inner circle for the hours, and the outer is the minute track. It's so legible. The time at a glance is what this watch was made for. And look at that sweeping seconds hand going at a smooth 28.8 VPH. A trademark of the Flieger is that long sweeping seconds. Let's do the weight. 73 grams. You are definitely going to forget this is on your wrist. The movement is the Laco 210. Sellita-based, hand-winding mechanical. I love hand-winding movements. You get a connection with your watch. You wind it every morning. It's fantastic. Wow, look at that powerful amplitude. 313 beat error, 0.3 milliseconds. And ooh, -4, -4, -2, and the fourth and final round, -2. So although we don't have the chronometer grade, it seems to be performing pretty good. And let's check it out 12 down now to see that positional variance. How is it going to react on your wrist? And I spoke too soon. -8. Ooh, now -9 it looks like. Yep. The beat error did increase to 0.4. Wow. Amplitude did drop a little bit to 84. And let's do one more round. We're going to ignore that first -3. And -9. Let's do one more. Come on, get better. It doesn't look like it's going to be. All right. -9. Okay, there is the Lume shot. I believe it's C3 Swiss Super Luminova. I would say the Lume is decent, maybe a little bit less than decent. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So have I made a mistake switching from Stova to Laco? Well, you know what? This would have been almost perfect if it just had wider lug stance. I think I need 19 here, or 20 at least, for the visual presence on my wrist, how I prefer my watches. I think 18 is a bit tiny. And the movement, of course, didn't perform well. Wish it was higher grade for the price that I paid. So I don't think this is the Flieger for me. Close, but not close enough. So guys, let me know your suggestions down below. Which company should I look at next? I'm going to sell this. It's probably going to take 2 months, 3 months, because the Flieger market is soft. Not many fans of Fliegers out there. But yeah, so I'm curious, what should I look at next? And guys, if you're still here, please remember to like the video and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.